Bang, bang. This is breaking right now. Within the last hour, the FBI has executed a search warrant at the Fulton County election office in Georgia. This is an active federal investigation. Details are still coming in, and Fulton County is now trending nationwide. Let's walk through what we want to so far. Yeah. Let's see how this shit work.
Let me sit you down, tell you a story about me. Give me a second while I was twisting up my tree. GB lanky like a tree, Hawaiian had a lot of OGs, a lot of jewels dropped on me.
We are following some breaking news that we wanted to share at this hour. This is a social media post from Fox News saying the FBI is executing a search warrant at a Fulton County election office in Georgia. Fox News is told it is related to the 2020 election. And I wanted to share this live look with you of that specific election office. You can see that there is some police officers there outside, as well as other individuals, and a little bit more information on this. As you can see, the entrance here of the Fulton County election office there in Georgia. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is executing a search warrant at this election office related to the 2020 election. That is according to a law enforcement official familiar with the area and the issue. They were speaking with Reuters earlier today. The FBI and their agents spotted entering into this hub and operations center, which first reported the search of a new facility that state officials opened in 2023. This probe, according to the official, is related to the 2020 election, which Republican President Donald Trump lost to a Democrat Joe Biden. So you are taking a live look there outside the election office. Representatives at this particular office referred queries to the county's external affairs office, which did not immediately return a call seeking comment. So the Democratic-leaning county, which is home to Atlanta, backed Biden by a wide margin in the 2020 election, helping him win the state and the presidency. Trump unsuccessfully sought to overturn the result, pressuring the state's top election official to,
of course, I'm going to end with a
votes that would allow him to claim victory. And earlier this month, he asked a state court for $6.2 billion in legal fees. He said that he spent fighting criminal charges of election interference filed by the county's top prosecutor, Fani Willis. So we did want to share this live look with you out of Fulton County, specifically a live look at this election hub, as we have learned that FBI agents are currently searching this hub, and they were seen entering into that office. Agents, as I mentioned, were seen entering into this office, which is a new facility that state officials opened in 2023.
Trump's not going to stop fucking with Georgia ever since trying to prosecute his ass. I mean, when prosecuting his ass. Now, it wasn't immediately clear what the FBI agents were investigating. However, Fox News Digital was told the probe is related to the 2020 election. The FBI has declined to comment, and the Department of Justice did not immediately provide comment to Fox News. We are continuing to follow this breaking news as you are taking a live look out of Fulton County, Georgia. This is the election office where FBI agents are currently searching. And according to Fox News, all of this has to do with the 2020. That's some shit I needed to read, too. What was it from? Is actually... Yeah, this is there. This will do. FBI searching Fulton County Elections Office as investigates alleged voter fraud. See, this is gonna tie to something, because I really don't be on. I don't got no side. Democrat, Republican. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I just gotta go to work every day. Try to make today better than yesterday. But when I think it's interesting, which I'm gonna make this, I got to point it out, yo. You got to be first at it, right? The FBI is serving a warrant Wednesday at an elections office in Fulton County, Georgia, as it probes alleged voter fraud in 2020 election. A source familiar with the matter told CNN that the search is related to an effort by the Justice Department to seize election records in search of alleged voter fraud in the country.
including Atlanta, which has long been a centerpiece of President Trump's baseless claims that the 2020 presidential election was stolen from him. The Justice Department previously sued Fulton County officials to force them to hand over records related to the 2020 election. A judge has not ruled in the case yet. A review by DOJ in Trump's first term did not find evidence to support allegations of widespread fraud that could have alleged the result of last month's presidential election. I don't know why. The first term. All right, review by whatever. Yeah, that almost threw me off. In the weeks after the 2020 election, which is where we at right now, election loss, Trump launched a campaign in Georgia to overturn the election in his favor, including a now infamous call during which Trump asked Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, oh, why does shit flip on me, man? It's fucking commercials. Yeah, they know I like North Face shit. They try to throw that shit at me. I'll cop some later. But what else, man? Like I said, Brad Raffensperger, a fellow Republican who voted for Trump to find enough votes to overcome its loss, Biden's win was ultimately affirmed in the state. So we thinking Biden, man, just listen. Much of his ire was focused on Fulton County, whose voter base is largely non-white and voted for Biden. Black. Trump and several associates were criminally charged for attempting to overturn the election results in the state after leaving office, though the case was later dropped. But you think he forgot about that? I think not. He ain't forget about that shit. Much of was later dropped. Since securing a second term, Trump has repeatedly asserted that those he believed to be responsible for or connected to his claims of widespread voter fraud would face consequences. Once again, those connected to his claims of widespread voter fraud would face consequences. The top federal prosecutor in Atlanta resigned days before Trump was inaugurated, before the president believed he was not doing enough to find examples of the alleged fraud. According to the Senate report, B.J. Pak had in fact investigated and did not substantiate various claims of election fraud advanced by Trump and his allies, the report states. I keep going by. We got news commentary on this shit, so.
20 election.
But this goes back to people fucking with Trump. When all those people, my bad, the Black Caucus and all that, fucking with Trump during that election time. And it was gonna come back to bite him in the ass, yo. I mean, if you know, you should know. I mean, you don't have to pay attention to politics so much. It just made a big deal out of the black people in Atlanta on some bullshit, prosecuting Trump, throwing niggas out there to prosecute him, all that shit, bunch of niggas. And he gonna get his. I mean.
What are you seeing?
Well, good afternoon, Colin. As of right now, there is an active multiple FBI agents here at the voter registration and elections office here in Fulton County. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what I am seeing right now. Now, I have spoken with several FBI agents here on the scene, and they did confirm that they are initiating an active warrant, but they would not tell us exactly what was in that warrant because they say that it is sealed. But according to several of our sources, we do know that this has something to do with the Fulton County election ballots from 2020, but they did also tell us that the DC officials that they will be releasing some kind of statement later on today.
Niggas is going down.
Exactly what is in that warrant, but we do know that it was signed from a Fulton County judge here in North Georgia, but that's really all the information that we can get from them at this time. But they did tell us they will remain out here at the registration and election office pretty much all day until this warrant is done, completed, because they did say this is a very large building, so they're not sure where inside this building are the materials that they're looking for. But we do know again that this is an active warrant. It is a sealed warrant from a Fulton County judge here in North Georgia, and our sources are telling us again that this is something to do with the 2020 Fulton County election.
All that prosecution and shit going on.
We do know that the federal agents carried out a law enforcement action earlier today from that sealed warrant again here at this facility, and they were seen. They are here on scene at this very hour right now. They are going inside and outside of this building. I did try to reach out and try to see if we can maybe get some sound from the FBI official, and as of right now that is not possible, but they did say that we should be able to get a statement from the leaders there in DC. We do know that that several of them are on their way down here. The deputy director is on his way here as well, so we will continue to stay out here and try to see if they will provide some sound. We also reached out to Fulton County Chairman Pitts. He is on his way here, and several other Fulton County leaders there on their way here as well. So this is a very active scene. A lot is going on here, but we're still trying to get as much information as possible.
Larry, let me ask you this. Have they given any indication of when any kind of briefing may start? Do we have a timetable on that?
We do not have a timetable as of right now, because they did say that this is a very large building, so they are going in and out from each room just trying to see where those materials are that they are looking for. And so it could take
niggas fucking with Trump.
Several hours. It could take the remaining of the day.
And no, that's not a double entendre.
Are they going to plan on being out here for the remaining of the day?
Niggas fucking with Trump.
Yes, they're going to be out here as long as it takes to execute this search warrant. And so
niggas trying to piss off Trump.
How long that is going to take.
Not the motherfuckers that fuck.
Agents would you say?
Not the motherfuckers that hate him.
Right now, we know we saw video.
I mean, not the niggas that like him.
3 or
the niggas that hate him.
Entering, but it looked like from Sky Fox that there were several agents outside.
Several agents outside and inside the building as we got out here probably about 30 minutes ago, and we noticed several agents going inside and outside. As far if I had to take a guess, if I had to count, I would say probably at least about 20 to 25 agents are here on the scene right now, going in and out of that building. Several are outside right now in the parking lot. There are more inside as well, but as you can see, let me step out of the way again, you can see this is a very large facility, so this warrant could take literally hours for them to complete, to go from room to room and to search this entire building. And so we're not sure of a time frame. I did ask one of the FBI spokespersons out here on the scene how long this is going to take, and she told us she just does not know, because this is a very large building. What we're going to do, we're going to go across the street, because we are across the street here in this parking lot, but we're going to go across the street and see if we can get any closer to the door, and therefore I can be able to tell you exactly how many officers are out here as well. So we're going to go across the street and try to get as much information and get as close as we can.
Larry, are they restricting your access at all in terms of proximity to be able to get close? How far, how close can you get?
At first, we thought they were going to restrict our access, but that's not the case as of right now. So we, like I said, we're going to continue to go onto the property there at the Registration and Elections Office and just see. We're journalists here, so we're going to try to get as much information as we can as possible. But as of right now, we thought at first when we first arrived that they were going to restrict our access, but it doesn't appear to be the case as of right now.
Yeah, we got some live footage too.
Thanks, Larry.
Going to that now.
Election day. Yeah, well, obviously, Fulton County officials and the state delegation, which I'm a part of, were extremely alarmed by this. I have to stress what I know so far is unconfirmed rumors from officials talking to each other. But what we've heard is that the main FBI office, not the local FBI office, has been dispatched here to try to collect 2020 ballots. Again, ballots from not the last presidential election, but the one before that. And famously, Donald Trump has made Fulton County the object of his ire throughout the country. It's made Fulton County, national news for all the wrong reasons, because he has pushed these baseless conspiracy theories that the election was somehow, quote, stolen, and that Georgia was the epicenter of this. And unfortunately, Fulton County officials have paid the price. If we recall that there were county election workers who were harassed, who had to bring defamation lawsuits, who were under physical threats, needed security because of the lies and conspiracy theories that Donald Trump has been pushing. And here we are, it's January 2026, and now Donald Trump is dispatching FBI officials from Maine FBI, I guess in D.C., to try to disrupt county election administration here in Georgia. Now, obviously, they have a warrant signed. We don't know what's in the warrant. We know that a magistrate judge approved it. It's very possible, and we need to stress this, that the FBI lied in their warrant to try to get these ballots or use some small irregularity to justify a wholesale raid. All I can say about that is you have federal judges all throughout the country who have chastised the DOJ and federal agencies for lying to courts. So this could be the very same thing. Obviously, we don't know enough yet, but this is extremely alarming. I think Fulton County and Georgia in general are tired of being the target of Donald Trump's narcissism. That's all this is about, and he's dispatching federal officials at the highest levels of government to try to vindicate his agenda. Again, the local FBI office, as far as I'm aware, is not involved. So that tells you everything that you need to know. This is an order from on high to try to disrupt Fulton County's election administration just because Donald Trump is still mad that he lost the 2020 election.
Senator, you're an attorney. Where does this tell you about where the Donald Trump administration is going?
I'm not surprised because I thought this would probably come at some point.
Where does this tell you about where the Trump administration is going, where the strategy is?
I mean, let's be clear. We had a murder by ICE on the streets of Minneapolis this weekend that has swept national news. It has alarmed Second Amendment advocates because the Trump administration seems to be creating conditions that gun rights advocates have been worried about for years, for decades. So, you got Kristi Noem, calls from Republican senators for her to be fired. So yeah, against that backdrop, I can imagine that Donald Trump would like to gear up his favorite conspiracy theory to pull all the media attention away from his obvious failures. And you have people like Steve Bannon who have been saying now for years openly that MAGA just needs to keep hitting this conspiracy theory because that's the only way that they can get eyeballs away from the failures that Donald Trump has caused on policy.
He gonna come get you. He gonna come get you, man. You gotta respect that shit. This is the live feed. I don't know why it's like this right now. What the fuck is it? I'm about to say, what the fuck is going on? But this is the live. Why the fuck is it giving me that angle? Man, fuck it then. I gotta take it off this shit then. But I just gotta go back because it covered a few things in reference to this. Matter of fact, there's some good information anyways.
At this point, this situation is getting a little bit more. If anything, if you saw anything, let police know. They are asking any witnesses who might have seen something around 11 o'clock near the downtown.
Tragic part of
it goes back to the FBI director.
Has been at the state capitol, and when this news broke, she says that this is all a buzz there at the
signed away on that warrant, but it is sealed. But we also know that the deputy director from the FBI, he is on his way down here as well. We are waiting for a statement. We are also told that once that warrant is open, that we will have access to that warrant. I also asked the FBI press person here on the scene, how long is this going to take? She says she doesn't know because this building is so large and they are going from room to room that it could last really all day. It can go until tomorrow, until they're able to get as much material that they have requested that is inside that warrant. Now, we do know that Fulton County Chairman, he is here inside this building. We are waiting to talk to him. State senators, they're here as well, so we are waiting to talk to them as well. So a lot of national attention in regards to what is going on out here. Now, this has been something that's been going on since 2020. 2020. It has been 6 years in regards to this warrant here, or this situation that's going on here in Fulton County, and now everyone is telling me that now is going down here in Fulton County as well, Eric. So a lot of moving pieces, and I'll have more coming up on Fox Local at 4 o'clock.
All right, Larry, I know that there is a lot that you were juggling out there, and you're going to get ready at 4 o'clock. A few questions. What is the mood out there? Because I can see behind you that there is a lot of national attention that is garnering here. We can hear it in the background. I know Rob Pitts, which is the chairman in Fulton County, the commissioners there, they're there, and you said several senators.
Yeah, we got
been able to pick out. Our Deidre Dukes has been at the state capitol.
We got Trump got his number out for a couple of niggas.
This is all a buzz there at the Capitol. Walk us through a little bit of that mood, and have you been able to get a sense of the urgency, especially with Chairman Pitts that's also there on the scene? That just kind of gives the gravitas of what we're looking at and going through here at the Fulton County Elections Office in Fulton.
Yeah, but Eric, let me paint the picture real quick. You can just take a look. You can see all types of media out here. Everyone is really out here waiting to see what exactly is going on inside of the building here. Now, when Chairman Pitts arrived here on the scene,
employees get booted, and we just start running through shit.
Tell us anything, and he was about to, but then his spokesperson said, "Let us just walk inside. Let us see what is going on first, and then once we are able to leave and come out here, then we'll talk to the media." Everyone is here just really trying to figure out exactly what is going on. What is this all about? Again, our sources have confirmed to us that we do know that this is involving the 2020 elections. So every time somebody is coming out this door here or coming inside the parking lot, I'm like, you'll see me moving around because I really want to get as much answers as we can. We have a lot of questions as well. Just like our viewers have questions, we have questions. So we're truly trying to figure out what is going on. What is this all about? Trying to get as much information as we can from the FBI person here on the scene. Our sources, our contact, as you mentioned, Deidre, she's at the Capitol. She's hearing things. She's working her sources as well. So we are really staying on top of this, Eric, trying to get as much information as we can.
I'm glad you added that.
And also on our end,
been that long because they wouldn't let them do the job 6 years ago.
So he is heading to the
great fucking point.
He's heading downtown to the court as we are hearing that there might be something there as well. So really fanned out, of course, if you see anything, if Chairman Pitts or anyone else are
some people don't forget shit,
let us know so we can share it with our audience.
You gotta understand who you're dealing with. That's in the 48 laws of power.
And one last thing, and then I promise you I'll let you go. There's just so much on this topic.
And they're not going to stop
Do you hear anything
until you are
about
them.
Maybe the president's administration or anyone high officials with the DOJ? Do you believe that they might have any comments at any time throughout this evening about this?
Yes, well, I do know, and I was told that this is confirmed from the FBI, that we do know that the deputy director, he is on his way down here to provide some kind of statement. Now, whether or not it's going to be a complete news conference, we're being told right now that news conference will be here at 6 o'clock here at this building. And so I'm going to go back to the FBI director and ask her that, but we are confirming, hearing that right now, that there is a news conference at 6 o'clock. Do we know where?
Not a news conference, but he's coming here after.
Yes, so I do want to clarify. I do apologize. Not a news conference, but the deputy director will be here at 6 o'clock. So that's what we will try to get as much information and answer as many questions as we can as possible, Eric.
Yeah, Larry, no, I really appreciate that. That's what's so good about this Fox Local. We're able to ask those questions, take pauses, and update as we're getting new information in.
Of course, this is Atlanta.
But again, if you hear anything new, Larry Spruill is out there at the FBI as they are serving a warrant, a sealed warrant there that was signed by a judge earlier today there at the Elections Operations Hub is what it's called. It's in Fairburn, just to give a little bit more color. Larry, thanks so much. A little bit background for this. 2023 is when that site opened. It is in Fairburn. It's opened up as a centralized and a modernized
majority
operations center.
Black.
Again, this is something that's dating back
Fulton County.
years back to 2020.
Majority non-white.
The county ballots, which has really been a big concern there, dealing with the Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis in her alleged relationship with the special prosecutor, indictments, and all of.
Y'all remember that shit? See, it's the reason why I'm playing this shit. It's Fannie, whatever the last Fannie Willis, Fannie Mae. I know it ain't Fannie Mae, but Fannie Willis fucking with the prosecutor and all that. Yo, Trump coming back to fuck up shit. I mean, he's coming back. Trump like, oh, I ain't forget about you motherfuckers, yo. You know what I mean? I can read over the shit I read about people once Trump did get elected, motherfuckers fucking retired or just left. Because they're like, man, I don't need this nigga to embarrass me, man. I might as well get out of Dodge now. And like we just heard my man say, yo, now that's another point. After 6 years, the evidence is gone. Some people just ain't that smart. I mean, you could be right, but then again, we could do this to piss people off.
That, of course, we will continue.
It might be gone. You got a fucking point. It might be gone.
And things are growing as you're looking.
So now let's just rummage through your shit.
Have had and people going in
make
with
you
the
nervous.
FBI, the Department of Justice.
Makes sense.
And again, we know that the Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitts is there, and several senators as well are showing up there.
Phoenix Fish.
We'll keep you updated.
You got. I can't
Another
say.
big story that we are following: a coach has died in an ATV accident. This, of course, in Harris County is high school there. Doug Evans has been following this story, and Doug, you know, we hate to hear anyone dying, but we're hearing that this coach really was instrumental, and of course those students and the faculty and the family there at Harris County High School.
I'm just going back
a few. Can you tell us about this? Last hour and a half or so, Larry, I heard you got a little bit more clarity on the timing of the DOJ official that will be there. What can you tell us, our audience? There are a lot of questions that we're seeing popping up. And
this nigga got a part in his head, though. Okay, I mean, I guess whatever, dog.
Yeah, Eric, so we do know
don't
that
see too many newscasters with a part.
Leaders within the Washington, D.C. office will be here on the ground around 6 o'clock. And I did ask, I said, will they provide a statement? Will they give a press conference? And I was told that
FBI director's on his way.
That they will talk to the media and give some kind of sound or a press conference in regards to what's going on inside the elections and registration office here in Fulton County. And it's just, once again, I just want to remind our viewers what is going on out here. The FBI agents, they are inside this building right now executing what they are calling a sealed search warrant. They would not go into detail with what is inside that search warrant, but we do know, according to our sources and our contacts, that it has to
Trump said something about, yo, y'all better find them 11,000 votes or something.
They're going from room to room inside of this registration office.
It might be a little difficult to make shit disappear.
Really
they could probably get shit back from 1996.
Tomorrow until they are complete. But once again, the DOJ officials, high-ranking leaders will be here around 6 o'clock here in Fulton County on the ground and providing us that updated information, those answers to the questions that we have. Eric?
You know, have you been able to count how many FBI agents? Like, does it seem like a lot of them have been inside?
They're getting like, yeah, motherfucker. You're like, yo.
Is also inside there.
Yo, I'm glad you asked, my nigga.
Was able to kind of get a little bit inside of that building, walk through a little bit of that video that we've been able to see from.
He's like, yo, bro, it's lit.
It's lit. It's lit.
It's a lot.
Asked me that, so I literally have been counting the FBI agents as they are coming in. Since I have been here on the ground, I've counted at least 20, but that does not include the agents that were already inside that building. Our photographer Michael Moore.
Don't fuck up the count, nigga.
Building. He was able to get some video. Photographer Eric Lynn here is on the ground as well. So we have crews working this story. As you mentioned, Deidre is at the courthouse. Rob Dorenzio, he is
Come on, man. We was talking about the
working this story, trying
how many
to
feds
get
is
as
there?
much information as possible. But hopefully,
are they both flaming?
Officials get
only
here,
those would know what I just said.
We were able to get those answers for our viewers and for us here as well, Eric.
All right, Larry Sproul is outside the elections office in Fulton County. I'm hoping that Chairman
Fox 5 Live, Atlanta,
go on camera, give some sort of a sound or an interview, and if that happens anywhere between now and honestly 6 o'clock,
I'd see a bad bitch or two.
To let you know, I think your photog is zooming in, and you can see.
I think your photog.
Looks like
is that what I'm supposed to say too? Oh, we gotta zoom in with the photog.
Photog will be sure to let you know. I think your photog is zooming in, and you can see.
Gotta zoom in with the photog.
Looks like, and Larry, you can jump into who is this that's coming up. That I see some photographers. Looks like they're photographing. Is that a high official that they're looking at here? It's looking at like the back part of it. Looks like some sort of photographer or some sort of camera, maybe a official or someone of importance, or maybe documents coming out.
This your fucking daily news,
those
man.
Are some documents that are coming out. We do have a
chaotic
crew
perspective
down there as well, and I'm just
first to the finish.
My viewpoint, I cannot see directly.
Way too much corruption
down there, but I do believe it looks like we do.
Without
know
a
there's
doubt.
A truck down there, so we do believe there's some kind of documents that are coming out of the building.
They getting documents.
I'll have to just walk down there and see as much information of who is actually down there right now, Eric.
All right, Larry Sproul, thanks so much. Again, this is ebb and flowing as we're talking.
Ebb
it looks
and
like
flowing.
they're zoomed in, possibly some sort of documents coming out the back there, maybe putting.
I think you're making that up, sir, but we'll go with it.
We get a different shot. I know we have several.
Yeah, we need a different shot.
We'll be sure to take that for you.
But for now, let's just say anything.
Some other big news. Another government shutdown. Is it looming?
Oh, word.
Here's what we know. The nation is edging closer to another partial government shutdown, and we're just a day away from what they're calling a very critical vote there. Democrats are taking a stand over immigration enforcement. You're taking some looks here. This is from
what the fuck just happened?
There, a representative Minnesota Congresswoman.
Yo, she about to swing back? I missed this shit.
By a man there. This was during a town hall that was happening in Minneapolis. Right now, it is a hotbed of different issues that are going on after the deaths of Renee Good and also a recent death as well over the weekend. I have a friend that lives there, and she really
that's why she's trending. Ilhan Omar
boiling up here. The man, and we just showed
it makes
his
sense
mugshot
now.
not
My bad
too
for
long
being
ago.
so late.
And they'll probably loop back around at some point. We know he is a 55-year-old man named Anthony who was arrested. They're still working to figure out a motive as to what happened. And right now you're looking at some video protests that have been happening in Minneapolis. So President Trump says he's hoping to turn down the temperature there in Minneapolis. But if anything, the battle over immigration enforcement, it might be getting more heated. Again, we're going to show that mugshot of this man, the Minnesota Congresswoman Omar, who was confronted and sprayed by him. This was last night in the audience during a town hall there. I've been seeing different reports at my desk. At first, they didn't know what the substance was, but different agencies there on the ground are reporting that it was some sort of an apple cider vinegar. I have a friend who works in Minneapolis. She works at our sister station, Fox 9 there. She says that they had a camera that was inside, and even after the Congresswoman was sprayed, she kind of refused to go, but a lot of her team said we have to be sure because we just don't know what that substance was there. Again, no word yet on the motive, but Omar had called for ICE to be abolished during this town hall. And last night in New York City, we also saw police breaking up a protest of an anti-ICE protest, taking over a hotel lobby there. Now, Trump has also defended immigration enforcement in Minnesota while he was in Iowa last night. He said, quote, "We've taken out thousands of hard criminals, hardened victims," and he also went on to say horrible criminals. Many Democrats in Congress are willing to upend this week's government funding, which goes back to that government shutdown we were talking about as the funding deadline to target the Department of Homeland Security. Now, of course, the shutdown, as we just saw from last year, a lot of people were impacted by that shutdown, one of the longest, I believe, the longest government shutdown that we've seen in recent years. It may be hard to avoid because the funding plan had already been negotiated. So renegotiation and any of this will already almost certain go past that deadline there. Now, the latest in Minnesota, the borders are there. Tom Homan, we know that he's hit the ground running there, meeting with different state and local officials. You're taking a look at some of the video there. After taking control of immigration enforcement and efforts from Border Control and Commander Greg Bovino, it's part of a series of changes that the president is making as he faces escalating tensions and backlash. This again after the deaths of two U.S. citizens, both Renee Good and also Alex Preddy over the weekend there. Now, we are also learning that the demands come as Border Czar Tom Homan. He's taken over that operations, and he says that one of his first tasks will be to meet with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and the mayor of Minneapolis and the city's police chief. So the mayor has been very vocal through all of this, last name Frey. And these meetings make a shift in the tone, as we kind of mentioned a little bit before with the White House. It's facing pretty intense backlash over the most recent death,
vinegar and something,
but also, of course, all of this coming on the heels of Renee
actually
Good
forgot vinegar and something.
For now, the president says, Kristi Noem will not be stepping down. I know a lot of people were calling for that. In fact, Congresswoman Omar was calling for that last night during the town hall. He says, quote, "A big investigation is now underway into the shootings." Meantime, DHS has already sent Congress a notice revealing that it has two officers that fired shots at Preddy during that fateful incident there. So all of this, again, tensions rising there, continuing to
let him get that close
in Minneapolis. Again, we are following that big story back here at home at the Fulton County Elections Office.
For that shit to get that close to her?
As the FBI is serving a search warrant and a raid there. We're going to get out to one of our cameras here and listen in together. I believe this is a live news conference, and we'll get you the name and who they're talking with as well. Let's listen in together, and then we'll come right back.
Now, what's weird about this is that I've heard rumors that the warrant that was originally, again, signed or not, I have not seen the warrant, so I can't tell you standing here if it's even a valid warrant. But apparently those 700 boxes of ballots, they didn't have a warrant that quite covered what they wanted. So what they're having to do now is try to amend the warrant somehow, but their full intention is to take 700 boxes of ballots away from the 2020 election. The reason I know that is because there are two state election board members from Georgia in there, Jan and Sally, who have participated participated in election denial and conspiracy theories themselves, to be very clear. And Jan was on the phone, and she said in front of me, they should take all 700 boxes away. So that is the clear intention of the people who are trying to grab these ballots to pursue conspiracy theories.
Give me all that.
To grab as many ballots as possible. I've also heard from Fulton officials that there is no protection for chain of custody. There is no assurance that chain of custody is being preserved. That's so important because if they are able to modify the contents of these boxes, when I say they, I mean the Trump administration, then there's really no way of knowing what did happen in 2020. I mean, look what's happening with the Epstein files, right? There's a real question as to whether those files are actually preserved in the condition that they were originally in. There's a real question as to whether the Epstein files are being modified so that Trump can get off scot-free. Same thing could be happening here for all we know. That's why chain of custody is so important, and it's not being preserved as far as I'm aware right now. So again, we keep seeing FBI, ERT teams go in and out. We hear the FBI director might be on his way, but
he's on his way.
What we know is that there is an intention here by the FBI.
You niggas got to stop.
To grab 700 boxes of 2020 ballots from Fulton County in pursuit of Donald Trump's conspiracy theories.
Why do you think this is happening like right now?
I wasn't able to get an official explanation. I took a video of a couple of the ERT team members. I tried to ask them what they were getting, what they were there for. They could not tell me. They said they tried to refer me to a public relations officer. What did you say?
Why do you think this is happening right now, State Senator?
Well, I think it's happening. I said this a minute ago because of this weekend. You know, Donald Trump is an illusion artist, and he's an entertainer. And when things go bad for him, he tries to change the subject. So this weekend, we saw the entire country in uproar about the violation of Alex Preddy's Second Amendment and First Amendment rights. That has created a huge political problem for Donald Trump. And so it's no surprise to me that the very next week, while we're still talking about that loss, while we're still talking about ICE and Border Patrol overreach, that he swoops in with the FBI to create this spectacle here in Fulton County, which again is his favorite punching bag. I mean, it's ridiculous. We have been dealing with this in Fulton County now for 6 years. Donald Trump constantly interfering, threatening election workers, threatening the integrity of our state-run elections. It's bananas, and it's all to serve his narcissistic ego because he can't admit that he lost the election in 2020. That's not even the last presidential election.
My man
That's
hot.
the one before this one.
He fucking hot.
It's bananas, and it's all to serve his
bananas.
narcissistic ego because he
Gotta
can't
look that
admit
up.
Donald Trump constantly interfering, threatening election workers, threatening the integrity of our state-run elections. It's bananas, and it's all to serve his narcissistic ego because he can't admit that he lost the election in 2020. That's not even the last presidential election. That's the one before this one, the past one. So it's just ridiculous that we got elected officials standing here. I'm here with State Representative Willis, State Representative Glaze. We've got Senator Rashawn Kemp. We are all here having to deal with this on a day when we should be doing committee meetings and legislative session because Donald Trump has decided that now's the time to change the subject.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
That's what you signed up for.
Period.
Okay, so we have been listening together, and that is State Senator Rashawn, and I can't remember his last name.
No, this motherfucker ain't say period.
We are all here having to deal with this on a day when we should be doing committee meetings and legislative session because Donald Trump has decided that now's the time to change the subject.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Period.
Okay, so we have been listening in together, and that is State Senator
I just need to make sure the state senate ain't say that.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Period.
Okay, so we have been listening in together, and that is
one more time.
Time to change the subject.
I heard a female, a male, and then he went, yeah. Period.
Thank you, Senator.
Period.
Okay, so we have been listening in together.
I can't confirm it, but let me find the fuck out.
I can't remember his last name. To the right of him,
Bananas.
the one we just heard from was State Representative Josh McLaurin. He's a Democrat from Sandy Springs. As to what he believes is happening inside, I've been taking notes together. As you can tell, he's very fired up about this. He says that he believes that they've been there to take 700 ballots away related to the 2020 election. And again, our photographer is zooming in. Senator District 14. Josh McLaurin there. He says that, again, he believes that this is a distraction that he claims President Donald Trump wants after last weekend that we just talked about in Minneapolis and Minnesota with Alex Preddy and the death there happening with ICE officials. And you can see that news conference going in as well. Those are other, just kind of pointing out, standing to the right, you can see those name badges there. He was just elected into the state Senate. And then I believe believe the woman with the glasses also is with the state Senate as well there. So our photographer and our reporter there on the scene will continue to follow this story as they come available. As you can see, more people. Our Deidre Dukes kind of gave us a heads up. She's been at the Capitol when this news broke. She says they've been very fired up, and a lot of them were heading here to the scene in Fairburn. And as we see, a lot of them, Rashawn Kemp is his name that I was just referring to, and I believe he was just voted in this time around. But again, we are going to continue to follow this story. We know it's been a lot in this past 30 minutes. Let's take a break to kind of reset the table here. We'll be right back.
Yep, and since I'm behind in the live, I don't have to watch these nut-ass commercials. And neither do you.
Mix that was comprised of sleep.
A prospective student here. They're having an open house today and Saturday for.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's
For a
continue.
long time, Chris, there's been a misconception that success comes from
Tulsa Welding School.
Right. There's been a lot of, I don't think there's been.
Oh, this is black love.
Street. People will die who've never died before, and that is something that is happening with this as well. You always need a welder, electrician, or someone with the HVAC. Break down what those at home need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm at the Tulsa Welding School here in Decatur. They are opening up this brand new campus.
Tulsa Welding in Decatur.
Actually, they're doing demonstrations right now. I got Dorian here doing demonstration for a prospective student here. They're having an open house today and Saturday for prospective students to come on out and check out what this program is about and what's available to them. Who doesn't like seeing a little bit of fire, a little bit of welding here? But yeah, a lot of opportunity in skilled trades. We talk a lot about skilled trades and, why it's so important, why there's such a shortage of skilled
yes, indeed. Glad to do it.
Really across the country, and Georgia's no exception. And I'm joined by Tamika Morris here. She is the president of this school here. First of all, tell me about, these are all welding booths, huh?
Yes, absolutely. What you're looking at here, Chris, is our 49,000 square footage of laboratory space in our facility. In this entire area will be our welding lab, where at capacity we'll have 220 welding booths. This will be our students' classrooms, right? You will be here hands-on learning in your individual booths on a daily basis.
Welder.
5 hours of, they say the more you burn, the more
Are
you
those
learn.
finger waves, baby girl?
All day long.
The more you burn.
I swear to God, if I get a side shot and I find out you got finger waves.
The more you learn, I like that.
Oh, wow. Finger waves. That's what we're doing now. Again. All right, man. Go ahead, man. All right, my bad.
It's the skilled trades. Why is that so important? Why is there such a shortage? Tell me about the need that's out there.
You know what? For a very long time, Chris, there's been a misconception that success comes from 4-year degrees.
Always.
Right? There's been a lot of, I don't think there's been enough visibility on the skilled trades and the need for it.
I would love to learn that fucking skill.
And where we're at today,
CDL to go with it.
The growth, right? The growth potential and the lucrative career opportunities that come. When you think about, career-wise, these are careers that are recession-proof, right? The need is there. You can't replace these careers with AI.
True.
And that's where we're at today.
Yeah, I think that's a fear for a lot of people is what could AI do to my job? And if they get a degree, they want to know they got a job for a while.
The trades, this is nothing new. It's being talked about, but it's nothing the fuck new.
If somebody wants to look this direction, wants to, get
just motherfuckers swear that degree be hidden. I got a master's degree. Big deal.
Show up for you.
Well, you know what? Today we're actually having an open house.
I like to have a CDL in the welding.
From 3 to 7 p.m. During our open house, you'll have an opportunity to tour our facility as well as getting live demonstrations. You'll get to meet our industry expert.
Tulsa Welding School, Decatur, Georgia.
Part of our
she's the president.
The opportunities for students.
Tamika Morris.
They have advantages to take advantages of our.
Oh, she's the president.
We'll have a
campus president.
Here to talk through how they'll help
you child. Okay.
Professional development while you're in school.
All right, sister girl.
Make sure they put you in front of employers when you graduate.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit earlier before this. Is this something that's more for kids at students at
every motherfucker?
People
all right.
Definitely
a mixed demographic here. We do find that a lot of our students do come straight into the skilled trades straight out of high school. We get our largest enrollments during the summer months. That's when our students graduate and they don't have much direction about where they want to go. And like I said earlier, there's just not a lot of visibility. So we send out our admissions professionals out into the schools and they bring them in. They do tours, field trips. So you can definitely come tour their facility and see, you know, what you could potentially
I don't know why she paused.
getting enrolled in.
Do you need to bring a resume or anything like that?
Just yourself. You bring yourself, we'll do the rest. Tours, field, and then
awesome.
Okay.
So you're starting off with welding. When do classes start?
So our first group of students actually are starting on February the 16th. We'll have our first group of welding students, and then our tech programs, which is HVAC as well as electrical, will start in March 23rd. Our big grand opening is in March as well. So please come on out and check us out.
Awesome, awesome, and yeah, you know, this is something like we talk about. Skilled trades really is a big need out there. These are good paying jobs too.
Absolutely, there's a lucrative career once you graduate.
Yeah, so definitely we'll come back over here and look at the hands-on, and this is great for anybody that's really hands-on. By the way, I mean, this is you know, it's kind of fun stuff. I was watching them weld.
You know, kind of fun. It's that money shit.
Yeah, it's pretty
working
fascinating to watch.
everywhere. Man, shit. Trade ain't never been
Chris,
a bad idea.
How long does the training take?
That's what
on
they advertise in the
average, or does it just
motherfuckers.
depend on if you're getting something in welding or electrical or HVAC? Is it different lengths for different courses?
Yeah, so, you know, Tamika, as far as like the training time, how long do these courses run? How long is it, and is it different for each
obvious question?
Each section?
Yeah, so for our 3 programs that we'll have here
I don't know why this shit is pausing.
They are 7 months long. So students matriculate through 6 courses, 5 weeks, and they finish the program in 7 months.
So there you go, 7 months, and you're ready to go out there and work after that, huh?
Absolutely. We get you straight to the career. You get in here, you start training on the field that you're interested in, and we get you through all of the different phases. And again, as I mentioned, upon graduation, we'll ensure that we put you in front of different employers that'll be able to interview you for employment.
Earning money within 7 months, potentially.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
That's a good
All right,
idea.
Chris Rosenthal, thank you so much. And also tell her she is a fly president. We've been talking about her back here.
Look at this nigga. You ain't trying to fucking holler at her. She's such a fly president. Nigga, you not trying to holler. I know you want to say sister girl. This nigga,
Earning
man.
money within 7 months, potentially.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Rosenthal, thank you so much. And also tell her she is a fly president. We've been talking about her back here and her hair and the glasses and the hoops. It looks really, really good. We can't wait to see more. And of course, we'll put more information on our website
Pointing
as
out
well.
all
Chris
the
Rosenthal,
wrong shit.
Talking about a new school that's been opening up. You can get hired or
Black
learn
Girls
more
Rock
skills in
campaign,
welding,
man.
electrical, and HVAC. And those are 3 skills that are always in need.
She got her
You can
glasses,
make
her hair, and the
really, really
rings.
good money doing it as well.
Do the
All right,
news,
we want to
nigga.
take you to some news that's just been happening
Do the
overnight.
news.
One, a man says that something smashed through his window overnight as he was driving through downtown. This is something that is so scary. Take a look at that. It thankfully was on the passenger side there.
Yo, this is
not
interesting
too
as
far
well.
from where I live. They believe it might have come
Nobody
from
asked
the
you where you
17th
live, nigga.
Street area. They're trying to figure out where it was. This was the I-75-85
This is
connector.
crazy.
Overnight, late Tuesday night around 11 p.m. Going into today there, and you can see where it smashed through. So they believe that it might have been a rubber wheel block. And if you're like me and all you know how to do is really just drive the car, you don't know anything else about it, a rubber wheel block, I looked it up, it's one of those blocks that you put behind the wheel. Think about like maybe a lot of tractor trailers use it to kind of stop it to make sure that it doesn't roll or go anywhere. The driver says that he is thankful to be alive. I know we say that all the time, but because of the position of that, it's on the passenger side, but they said it went through the dashboard as well. He was in a Tesla, and it went all the way through. So thankfully it didn't go into where he was, and he was able to pull over and didn't crash. Something like that would have startled me. I probably would have crashed my car just out of pure shock.
Nobody
so
asked
thankfully
you,
he
bro.
was able to get through that. Another story still in that area, 17th Street.
I guess we got as much information as we're going to get on this.
Station, where
you know
over the summer, they found 2 dogs that were dead there. They're looking for the man who they believe killed the 2 dogs. We're learning a little bit more. So Fulton County Police is leading this investigation, even though it's happened at Atlantic Station. I did reach out to Atlanta Police. I sent some emails earlier asking why Fulton County is leading this instead of Atlanta Police. They really didn't have an answer for me, but they say that 2 dogs were found dead inside the Atlantic Station parking garage. If you've ever been there, several different floors. It was found by a cleaning crew, but they say this man is someone who was seen walking with these 2 precious dogs going in, and then about 30 minutes later, they say he walked out without the dogs. They say that they're looking for a man. He has a white goatee.
We got a lot of information on this already. I'm just going to end this. Oops, my bad. I'm going to end this and get on to the next thing later. But they said that the FBI director isn't showing up till 6 o'clock, so they're just going to show you random fucking news until 6 o'clock, because what better news to have than the local news, Fox 5, where they're getting fucking raided. Once again, I'll get back into this shit later, maybe, if it's worth it. It's still trending, but I'll holler.